Hello guys, welcome back to Shadow Pentest. Today we are discussing the introduction to information security and ethical hacking. If you are interested in cybersecurity, penetration testing, or just wanted to understand how hackers think, this is the best place for you to start. I will cover everything from what information security is to hacking methodologies and different types of hackers. So please watch this video till the end so that you will learn a lot of things. So whoever wanted to start their career into cybersecurity, this class can help you to grab more skills and understanding the principles of information security and their elements. Okay, all right. First things are first. What is information security? In simple terms, information security is all about protecting data from an organization, like unauthorized access or misconfigurations or modifications or data disruption or destruction. Okay, for an example, if you realize it or not, security affects everything in an organization. It is from your emails to your online shopping or banking. Think about it when you log into your social media account. How do you know your password is not being stolen? Or when you shop online, how do you know your credit card details or your debit card details are safe? So that's where the information security comes into and play more role. So before that, let me explain. Let's say there is an organization. Let's say there is an organization. So this organization, for an example, it is Amazon. Okay, Amazon. Everybody knows what they do. They have e-commerce and they also have a cloud AWS service. So here, just an example, let's take e-commerce. E-commerce, what happens? They have their employees who can work on the program developing. This is one. And second one, another team, let's say marketing team, they will work on the content creation. And there is a sales team where they will work on the product sales. So like that, there are like HR and others. So all of them, they are using a server. Okay. So now the developers can access to the server with their services, and then they have a directory here. They have a directory here which they can access their programming files that they work yesterday or previous month or this week and they want to modify. So the same developer I can see the other directories here, which is belongs to marketing team. But the developer, if you want to open this file, you won't have access. You get me? So this is what I'm telling. The information security is like an asset. It's very big asset. Just to understand you what is asset in an organization is, let's say there is a computer. This is just an example and it is connected to the power source. Okay. Okay. The power is connected here. So unfortunately, the electricity voltage fluctuates, let's say from 230 volts to 840 volts. But the equipment can only stand up to 240 volts. What happens? If the power is fluctuate above 240, the PC can damage or server can damage. Here, what happens? The server or PC is an asset. It is an asset. So this asset is damaged. because due to the high power fluctuation. So what do I lose from it? The data which is saved into the servers is now damaged because the equipment is burned, is not circuited. So the files and the directories what I have is everything is damaged. Again, you have to check with your team where if they have a business continuity plans and risk management concepts. So these two will talk later, maybe in the next class, the business continuity and then risk assessment. Before that, let us understand the information security. I think you might get it. Like the developers cannot access, our marketing team cannot access the developer files. Marketing team cannot access the sales directories or HR directories. So they have their own individual access and then roles and responsibilities which are assigned to particular user or particular group. So let's say the group is like, and the developers, there are many teams, and in the teams a lot of users, each one has their different roles that they can interact. Some of them have a read write access to the file, some of them have only write access, some of them have only read access, and they do not modify or alter the file. So now let me explain the elements of information security. So elements of information security has bring a concept of CIA triad. So this CIA triad, let's say every system is built on three major elements. They call CIA triad. So C for confidentiality, I for integrity, and availability. Do not worry about this if you are new to this topic. I will explain it in very detail. So let's take an example here, the confidentiality. Suppose, okay, let's try to take this one here so I can explain better. Okay, okay, cool. Confidentiality as a definition here, it states only authorized people can access sensitive data. Only authorized people can access the sensitive data, which means, so let's say there is a server here. This is server. For this server, you can see there are many users: user 1, user 2, user 3, user 4, user 5, and user 6. As a previous example, I said, let's say this is a developer team, this is marketing, this is sales, this is quality team, this is a human resource team, and so on. Okay, now if you see, everyone are connected to the same server, but their roles and responsibilities are different. So when it comes to the confidentiality, so ensuring that only authorized person can access sensitive data. Let's say the developer has a directory in the server. He is authorized to access it. Can can the marketing team can access the directory of which is belongs to developers? No, he's not authorized for it. You see the confidentiality how it works. Let's take an example here. Confidentiality is like a strong lock on your house. You can see here a strong lock on your house. So integrity is making sure no one has changed the blueprints of your lock. And availability is ensuring your door is not jammed when you want to enter. Let's say when you put the key, maybe I put some metal inside the hole, the keyhole. So I don't know. So somebody put metal into the keyhole, and I bring my keys and I wanted to open the door, but it choke inside because somebody jammed the lock hole. So which makes I can't open the door. I think you have to get this point. So let me make it very clear for you. Now, when we talk about confidentiality, so there is a military. I think most of them know how military hierarchy works. There is a chief, okay, and the commanders and the soldiers. They are there. So there is a letter. The postman bring it from the higher officials that belongs to the country government. So the letter has is in on top of it confidential. Okay, on top of the letter they mention confidential. So which means whenever the military anyone receives the letter, they do not have access to open. So what they do is they will forward to higher authority. So confidentiality is only belongs to where the chief can read it. The others do not have permission. Is like that. It's same like that. Confidentiality, it ensures that only authorized person have an access to the data or to the directory to any file within the organization's server. So now integrity. As per the definition, integrity making sure the data is very accurate and it hasn't been altered. So here integrity is ensuring data returns accurate and unaltered. So let's say there is a systems, two systems, PC1 and PC2. The data is transferring in between them. Okay, and let's say PC2 is a web server or web application where it is hosting a website, let's say on Amazon. So here PC1 is connecting to PC2 on HTTP. So when PC1 is communicating on HTTP, let's say if you visit any website, so let's take an example here, HTTP. HTTP is not secure because it doesn't have any encryption format. So please be careful here. This is where you will understand the integrity. When you are communicating in between any two nodes or any two computers or any server, if you do not have any encryption to the data, it can be altered by hackers. If an hacker sits into your system and you are transmitting any file or receiving any file, he can interrupt it and change it. It's like the data is completely naked. You can see what is going and what is sending when the hacker interact with your systems. And if you have HTTPS, it's very secure and your data is encrypted with a private key and public key. So that is the definition of integrity. Integrity is nothing but the data which is passing in between two nodes or multiple nodes like the users. The data cannot be altered in the middle or delete or change. So this can be only implemented when you make the data as an encryption. Like sometimes, let's say there is a PC, then you are working from home and your company is away from like 30 to 40 kilometers away, and you cannot able to join into their local network. What you do is you will do the VPN. VPN is also type of virtual private network. It's a tunnel, a secure tunnel, and data is encrypted with AES format or any other encryption method that you can use. So that is what about the integrity. So now let's talk about what is availability. This one I think you might have been understand by now if you well known of confidentiality and integrity. Confidentiality talk only unauthorized people can have access, right? And integrity, the data which is transferring in between the two nodes is encrypted and nobody can have access to change it and it cannot be changed. That is integrity. And availability is always the server. An example, take this user 1, user 2, user 3, user 4 and user 6. So here what happens is ensuring the data and the systems are available whenever needed. When I talk about asset, it's the same example here. So the system is connected to the power, okay, power source, and then the system is connected to the internet, okay. So user 4 wanted to connect to the computer or a node which is in the AWS cloud because he wanted to download the file or transmit the file from this to the server. Let's say this is his requirement. So now the user 4, what he do? First, he will follow the confidentiality. Like, am I authorized? Yes, you are authorized to log into the AWS cloud, right? And second thing is integrity. So the data is encrypted. All okay. Now when it comes to availability, so when he is about to click download here, his internet is lost. What happens here? So now he needs the data, a file to download from the cloud AWS. Unfortunately, the internet is down. So the availability of internet is not available. That is what the availability talks in information security. So you should have the backup connections for internet in at any situation of at any condition. If an user 4 is working, he has to download the file and it has to be available without any delay. Or let's say you have good internet, okay, you are working, unfortunately your power to the server is off. What happened? And you need the data. So if the system is available, no, it is off because there is no power source. So for availability, there are a lot of things, business continuity plans, risk mitigation plans. So when it comes to physical assets, you can use the power backup systems, UPS, and also for voltage fluctuations, you can use voltage regulators. And if there is a power off and UPS is also getting dry, you should be have a generator. So when it comes to availability, any data that you want to download, any data that you want to access, which is anywhere, either in the server or in the cloud server or anywhere, it should be available. So these are the three CIA triad principles and elements all of the organizations can follow. So now we will talk about Our next topic is classification of attacks. Okay, not all attacks are the same. We can classify them into two main categories. One is passive attack and another one is active attack. So in passive attack, the attacker steals information without making any changes. So for passive attack, you can say eavesdropping as packet sniffing. This too. So packet sniffing is nothing but you will be having a Wireshark where you capture all of the data and nobody knows, you're just capturing, and then you analyze the data, the source and the destination, the type of files and the type of protocols which are receiving or sending. So with this one, without without disturbing your network or your computer or your PC, is gathering the information. That is a passive. Passive is nothing but let's say an example. There is a asset here. Okay, so passive and active. Okay, if I hit with the stone, you will know the pain. That is active. But passive is without having pain, it can take the data, but it won't interact with you. But still, it can make you cry. It can let you pain, but no pain. Is like that. So passive is do not directly interact on the system. It will be taking the resources which are available in the open source websites. So like who is data, what is the IP, what is the server, DNS lookups. So most of these all they will gather information in the public available sources. Active is very different. Active is you will directly interact with the systems. Let's say DOS attack, DOS or DDoS. DOS and DDoS, what happens? We will directly take the IP of the machine and we will try to attack. And the organization can even see your attacks. Okay. So yes, in passive attacks, they won't modify any data. They won't make any changes. But in active attack, the attacker modifies data and he will also disturb the services. So most of the time, let's say an example, denial of service or MITM attack, man in the middle attack. Man in the middle attack is a nice concept that everybody has to know who are very interested in cybersecurity. We'll also discuss them when we deeply move into the concepts of cybersecurity and ethical hacking. For sure, we will see a lot of concepts for MITM and then DOS. Also, there are some videos are available in my YouTube channel on DOS and DDoS attacks. Okay, now let's break down some common cyber attacks. So everybody might hear about phishing, like fake emails tricking users into revealing passwords or downloading a malware with the phishing emails, or SQL injection or denial of services, like as I said, malware, virus, Trojan, sometimes the ransomware. So this all comes under active and passive attacks. But trust me, this is just scattering the surface. Hackers have a whole attack methods. So now let's discuss about how do ethical hackers think. They follow a structured methodology. So most of the methodology, many of them follow as me and my friends and my colleagues or any cybersecurity expert. They follow certified ethical hacker methodology. It consists of 5 phases. One is reconnaissance, information gathering. Before attacking, a hacker collects information about the target. And there are some tools for reconnaissance like Google Dorking, Who is Lookup, Shodan is a website where it can give you a lot of details of each and every IP address which is available. And second one is scanning and numeration. So in scanning and numeration phase, the hacker will identify the live systems and open ports and vulnerabilities. So this is a totally active attack. The first one, information gathering, the Google Docking, who is lookup showed, and they're all passive. That's a passive reconnaissance phrase, and there is an active too. That is a scanning and enumeration. Here, what we do is we use the Nmap tool or NSS or metasploitable tools to find the vulnerabilities or to find the open ports, and Nmap is the greatest tool. Oh, that one we might have to cover 5 to 6 classes for it to learn more about Nmap. And the third phase is gaining access. So exploiting vulnerabilities to enter into the system. It's like to gain access. So vulnerability is nothing but a weakness. Let's say the application is outdated and you install it into the server. So the hacker, he will try and then check that you have an old version of application where he will take a chance on it to find the vulnerabilities and exploit it. So we'll talk about exploitation, vulnerability, and payloads in coming classes. So here most of the tools they will use is metasploit. Sorry, that after gaining phase, then you will having a maintaining access. Here, what they do is they will install the backdoors or virus or C2 servers, command and control servers. So once they hack or gain access into the system, they have to keep maintain the access to come back again and then download the files or exfiltrate the files from the victim machine, and also covering tracks. So this one is like deleting the event logs of the system. So this is the methodology for ethical hackers who can follow in reconnaissance. There are two phases. One is passive reconnaissance and active reconnaissance. Scanning and enumeration, you will interact with the live systems to find their open ports and their services, and then to find the vulnerabilities. Gaining access, once you find the vulnerabilities, you will create a payload for it and then exploit the machine. Once you exploit the machine, you have the access to it, and the access can get okay, you can get the access with the help of payload. That payload is nothing but like a backdoor, like so. This comes under maintaining access. So once you maintain access, then you have all over the system permissions where you can exfiltrate, delete, and damage the system. Then after you will cover the track so that nobody knows what you did to the victim machine after you attack it. And also there is another one, cyber kill chain. So cyber kill chain. These two methodologies are very popular. I want to show you. Okay, let's take this one. Okay, is the same, nothing will change, but the way they interact, the way they follow the methodologies to hack the systems is quite different when compared to CH methodology. Certified ethical hacker methodology have 5 phases as I explained, but in gaining access there will be sub phases. You will see it in coming class, but here cyber kill chain, this is also very popular methodology for hackers. So first what they do is they will do the reconnaissance phase to gather the information which is publicly available, or you can directly interact with the system. like active attack. After that, weaponization, coupling exploit with backdoor into deliverable payload. As I said, you see in CH also methodology, I talk about payload. To explain this, let me give an example. So there is a soldier, they want to catch the thief and he's hiding inside the room and he locked the door. So the soldiers are other side the door and the thief is inside the door and he locked. So they knocked the door, it didn't open. So what happens is soldiers they communicate themselves. One can hit the door, another one. So once immediately hit the door, another soldier he will throw the grenade inside. So here throwing a grenade, that's a payload. So hitting the door to open is exploit. So in weaponization, once you exploit means once you open the door, then you will throw the grenade, which means you will throw the payload. What happens? The grenade will blast and the thief will die inside, which means so this is where in weaponization, so once you exploit the machine, you will immediately throw the payload to compromise the machine. After delivery, weaponize bundle to the victim via email. So delivery is nothing but is the virus or malware that you are injecting into the system. So exploitation is the same. Like as I said, the kicking the door is exploitation, and throwing the grenade is a payload. Then installation. So after you exploit the machine with the help of a vulnerability that you find in that system, then you execute your payload, which is nothing but you are installing malware on the asset. Asset is nothing but a node, a computer, or a PC. So that can give you an access, like you gain the access, and once you install, you can maintain the access. And then command and control, as I mentioned, once you gain to maintain access, you will do the command and control toolkit. So you can give the commands to control the machine completely and manipulate the victim machines. Actions and objective with hands and keypad as intruders. So this is nothing but the intruder, which is the hacker. He will be having a complete access to the system. So this is another methodology. Do not worry about which methodology you want to choose. You can go for CH methodology, that is very popular, and most of the companies will always ask you which methodology will you prefer to penetrate into the systems. You can say both, but ethically I suggest you to go for CH methodology, which is a reconnaissance phase and then a scanning and enumeration, gaining access, maintaining access, and then covering tracks. So now we have another topic to understand type of hackers. So let's say white hat hackers are ethical hackers who can help organizations to prevent from losing the data, to prevent the assets. So those are very good people, white hat hackers. And black hat hackers, they are completely criminals. They do all illegal stuff. They don't mind hacking the machine without knowing. They will just sit and then plan for it and then find out the details of an organization and start hacking. So these are the people who exfiltrate the data from the victim machine, which means who steals the data. The gray hat hackers, they are like in between. Sometimes they will be legal and sometimes they will do the illegal activities. Both mixed is like a mixed breed of hacker, gray hat. Script kiddies, nothing but these people are very dangerous. So what they do is they will go to Google or a YouTube channel and they will watch some videos without having any knowledge. Let's say a person open a YouTube and he type how to attack, how to perform DOS attack. So there are many tools for Windows which are available for DOS attack, which is LOIC, and HOIC low orbit ion cannon, high orbit ion cannon. These two tools, like they're very easy. Just once you watch a video, you can also do without having any knowledge. You can damage the system. So the script kid is what they do is they will watch the video and then they will follow the same step by step, copy paste, and then execute it. And they didn't know how impact it will make. These are the script kiddies, and they are very dangerous. And then another attacker we have is activist. So hackers attacking systems for political reasons or a social agenda. They will be helping the political peoples for influencing. So these people are activities under state-sponsored hackers. So these hackers can be hired by the government officials for cyber warfare is another topic that we will discuss about in coming class. So the governments, what they do is, let's take an example. Israel, they have a group of hackers where they created a malware which can execute in any systems without knowing you and take the information. So how they create with the help of government, they give the funds for them to develop this. They give the resources to learn the skills to develop these malwares. So it's like that these are state-sponsored hackers who can be hired by governments and controlled by governments and can give them all access to reach their goals. Okay, I think we have completed our first class in information security and ethical hacking. If you do not understand any topic from this, please comment below and hit like and subscribe for more videos. So in coming class, I will come up with a practical sessions which you will see the real-time hacking. Do not miss any class if you want to become a cybersecurity expert or ethical hacker. Please watch videos carefully. If you have any doubts, I will also mention my Discord link server and then my Instagram profile server. Sorry, my Instagram profile link. So, and then you can contact me. You can also contact me by commenting to my YouTube videos. So at any time, if I am free, if I am away from the work, I am free, then I will definitely assist you with the best. So my motto is wanted to share the knowledge to everyone because knowledge is very important and skills are very important for your career. Even when I started my career, it is very difficult for me to find the resources and there is no good mentor for me. But I always love to say this: my friends are my is Google and the Chat GPT, and then YouTube, and then ebooks that I find in the Google. So I learn to them. I practice myself, and then I learn them from beginner level to all the way advanced levels. So that's why for some of the people it is very difficult to find the content content to read and and know about cybersecurity and ethical hacking. But do not worry, I will cover more topics in coming classes. So let's close for today. Before that, let's conclude the class. Today we have covered information security basics, different types of cyber attacks, but we discuss only two. There are more attacks, which is insider attack, outsider attack. We'll discuss about that in coming class. And then hacking methodology, CH hacking, which is certified ethical hacking methodology, and cyber kill chain methodology, and then type of hackers. So thank you for watching my video. Stay tuned and stay secure. Okay, if you find this video helpful, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Comment below what hacking topics you want me to cover next. Until then, stay ethical and stay secure. Bye bye.